Hey Dave, that was Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band. Just the introduction. We were going to look at that like we covered in our lesson. So what do we have going on here? We're going to put our pinky finger on the E, 2nd string, 5th fret. And then we're going to put our 3rd finger on B, on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So the notes that we're playing are an E on the 1st string, an E on the 2nd string, and an E on the 3rd string. And then we're going to take our 1st finger and we're going to reach it over to the 4th string, 2nd fret, and that's an E. So we're playing E, B, E, and then another E. And these are all very open sounding notes in the key of E major. We have E, which is the root, or the tonic, or the 1st scale degree, whatever you want to refer to it as, and B, which is the 5th, the dominant, or the 5th scale degree, however you want to look at it. So when we play, we have this very open sound. It doesn't sound major, it doesn't sound minor, we refer to it as open sounding. And then in the bass line, we were talking about different progressions. The most basic progression being 1, 5, 1. Very straightforward, but you know, we need to cover it. And if we add notes to kind of flavor it a little bit or add some variety, we can substitute for the 1st scale degree, E, we can substitute it with either 3 or 6, 3rd scale degree or the 6th scale degree, or the 3rd step or the 6th step, however you want to look at it. Now in this case, it happens to be G sharp, which is the 3rd, and the 6th is C sharp. So now our progression becomes 3, 5, 1. Or we can do 6, 5, 1. So now if we want to add another note to make it more interesting, we can add the 4th scale degree, the 4th scale step before the 5th. So we have either 3, 4, 5, 1, or we have 6, 4, 5, 1. So that's G sharp, A, B, E, or C sharp, A, B, E. Now the challenging part becomes playing the bass line with the accompanying notes. So let's get our accompanying notes kind of set. Okay. Now let's just alternate one bass note and one strum of the accompanying notes. So we're going to go, you know, and you can practice, you don't have to jump right into the complicated bass line. You can practice just the simple bass line with 1, and then 5, and then 1. 5. So if you notice, my 1st finger is doing all the work here. Fingers 3 and 4 are just kind of staying put, and my 1st finger is doing 2 things at once when we go to B in the bass. So E, you know, that's pretty straightforward, we don't have to move, but if we want to play B in the bass, I have to take my 1st finger and bar strings 5 and 4 on the 2nd fret so that I can play the bass note and the accompanying notes at the same time without changing fingerings. So now if we want to start adding some of the other bass notes, we have to involve our middle finger. So the first note is going to be C sharp, and then the next note is going to be A. So let's just practice going one for one. And I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to play in time. I'm just playing one for one, and I want it to sound good. Because eventually when we do speed it up, it'll sound good, and we won't have to worry about making it sound good, changing fingers and stuff. So we focus on the quality of the playing early on. So we have C sharp, A, B, E. And then I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to put it on the G sharp on the 6th string. From there, we can begin to introduce a bit of rhythm into our right hand. So it's kind of like down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. So down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. So it's very helpful to kind of repeat what the strumming pattern is out loud to yourself, just so you have an idea of what you're doing before you jump into it. So it's like bass note, down, up, bass note, down, bass note, down, up, bass note, down, bass note, down, up, bass note, down, bass note, down, up, bass note, down. And that's all we're going to talk about for now. So until next time, so long, pal. Hit 'em long, hit 'em straight, just try to break 88.